Greetings, it's your girl Katrina Collins coming to you with SprkTmrw22. You know who we are at SprkTmrw22. We just want to be a bright light to your next chapter, your next step, your next big thing. Wanted to talk to you on today. Heard a very important sentence. And you know, sometimes you hear a sentence and you say, ooh, that's a nugget. Here was the nugget. And it said, what if what you're going through, God said he will be a light, a lamp unto your feet and a light unto your path. But he never promised to be a spotlight. Take that in. He said he will be a lamp unto your feet and a light unto your path. But he never promised to be a spotlight. So what does that mean? He never said that he was going to make the path so clear in front of you that you will say, okay, I see it, I see it, I see it. Because if he does that sometimes to us, and for some of us, where does our faith lie? But just like he did when he brought the children of Israel out of Egypt, he brought manna for the day. Faith. Don't overeat it. Don't try to store it. Manna for the next day. Don't overeat it. Don't try to store it. More and more manna every single day. Why? He wanted them to have the faith to trust him in their daily bread. So what am I saying to you? If the path doesn't seem crystal clear of where you're supposed to be going next, keep letting him be a lamp to your path. Let him continue to put just enough light for you to know where to take each next step. Get back up the next morning and pray through the next set of steps. Because some of us, and you know who we are, we're either too driven, and if he lights it up too far and too wide for us, we're going to drive and leave him behind. And then some of us, we're too arrogant that if he gives it too bright, too fast, too soon, we're going to take off and give ourselves the credit. So, what am I saying to you? Be grateful for when he lights just enough in front of you for you to take another step. Pray, wake up the next day, take another step. His hand is on you and he is keeping you guided. So with that, be aware that he sometimes is ordering our steps and our stops. So don't be discouraged if you can't see 10 miles down the road. Don't be discouraged if you can't see 10 months down on your plan sheet. But you can just see today. And you can see where next week is going. And then you start to proceed from February and you're able to see March. Don't be too discouraged if you can't see from February 2026 to December 2026. Again, our human nature, our flesh, might get ahead of him and take too much of the credit and not hide ourselves behind him and keep ourselves in his hand. And then some of us, too much path, too much bright light, we'll drive without him. Forget that it was God that got us where we are. You know, my husband loves to remind me and our household, just be grateful. Just be grateful. Saw another thing that says, and you all have seen this on t-shirts and on other slogan items, and it says, I still remember the day that I prayed for what I have now. Let that sink in. I still remember the day that I prayed for what I have now. So what am I telling you? I'm saying be encouraged in your faith walk. Be encouraged if he gives you a daily bread for today. And at times or seasons where there is not excess. Be encouraged if you wake up and you can see from morning to end of day. And that's it. Because guess what? Sometimes that's all we need to be able to see. It's 24 hours. Be grateful when he gives you enough vision and clarity to see for the whole week. I'm not saying don't plan, but I am saying don't be discouraged if it's not as moving as fast as you would like it to, or if it's not as clear that path as you would like it to. He's doing certain things for some of us because he knows exactly what it takes to keep us in his hand, keep us in his care, and to make sure that when we do get to December 2026 and the fruit of our labor. He wants to make sure there's an humbleness in our heart that we remind others who helped us do it. And by his grace and his mercy, you may be in a place December 26th that is undeservedly so. But he wants to make sure that he gets the credit so that you can draw another person closer to him. You got it? So a lamp unto your feet and a light to your path. Never promise spotlight. Never promised a floodlight so that you can see far and wide, but just enough to keep your trust and faith in him so that when you do reach to that platform, you're ready. Never prayed for principalship. I remembered after as long as it took me to become an assistant principal, pray for a successful principalship. So see, it may be taking longer. It may not be well lit because he could give it to you, but could you sustain it right now? So trust in his plan, keep the faith, and know that what you're praying for the ability within you to be able to sustain it, and you're praying for the ability in you to be successful at whatever that thing is that you're praying for. So you know who needed to see this in your circle? You know whether or not you're on a platform where you can repost this, if you're on a platform where you're able to share it, if you're able to copy link and send it to that special loved one, that coworker that needed to be reminded that your faith, the size of a mustard seed, is just enough. That him lighting just your feet and your path and not far down the road is just enough. All right, y'all. Katrina Collins, you know where to find me. But let me remind you, I can be found on SprkTmrw22.com. If you want to book me for motivational speaking, you want to book me as your life coach, I do that, y'all. I love doing that, y'all. I got you. You can also find me on Instagram at SprkTmrw22. You can find me on YouTube and TikTok. But I am just a few clicks away. Love being on your path. Love watching people grow to their next best step, their next big thing. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. Not to connect people to me, but get more people connected to this bite-sized word, because not everybody is able to get into the house of the Lord, and not everybody is able to be around a circle that is going to grow and allow them to thrive. So make sure someone else gets this. Be blessed.